It is good to give thanks to the Lord, to sing praises to your name, O Most High, to declare your steadfast love in the morning and your faithfulness by night. These words invite us into a practice of gratitude and worship that touches every moment of our daily lives, both at the beginning of the day and as it draws to a close. In these simple yet profound lines, we are reminded that each day is an opportunity to acknowledge the abundance of blessings bestowed upon us and to affirm a relationship with a power that is constant, unchanging, and ever-present. From the first light of dawn, when the world awakens in gentle hues of possibility, there is an inherent call to recognize that every morning brings with it a renewal of hope. The act of declaring God's steadfast love as the sun rises is more than a ritual. It is a conscious decision to begin the day with a heart attuned to grace and gratitude. In those early moments, when the quiet stillness of the morning is punctuated only by the soft chorus of nature, there lies an invitation to set aside the distractions of daily life and to focus on the simple truth that we are cared for by a loving and faithful Creator. This deliberate act of acknowledgement lays a foundation for the rest of the day, transforming the mundane into the sacred and imbuing each task with a sense of purpose and divine presence. Singing praises to the name of the Most High is an act that transcends language and culture. It is a universal expression of joy that connects us to a tradition of worship stretching back through the ages. In every culture, music has served as a medium to express the ineffable, to give voice to the depth of our emotions, and to celebrate the mystery of existence. When we raise our voices in song, we join a vast community of believers and seekers who have, across time and space, found solace and inspiration in the act of praise. The lyrical beauty of these words encapsulates the idea that praise is not merely a duty, but a joyful expression of the soul, a spontaneous outpouring of love and appreciation that acknowledges the beauty and majesty of the divine. Declaring the steadfast love of the Lord is to recognize a love that is unwavering and enduring. This love, often understood in biblical terms as a mercy that does not fail, extends beyond the immediate circumstances of our lives to a promise that spans generations. It is a love that offers comfort during times of sorrow, strength in moments of weakness, and hope in the face of uncertainty. To declare this love each morning is to remind oneself that no matter the challenges that lie ahead, there exists a source of infinite support and compassion. This declaration becomes a shield against the inevitable trials of life, a way of centering one's thoughts on the goodness that persists even amid adversity. The practice of engaging with these words, both in the light of day and the quiet of night, establishes a rhythm that nurtures the spirit. In the busy hours of the day, when our minds may be preoccupied with tasks and responsibilities, the remembrance of God's faithfulness can serve as a steadying force. It is a moment of pause that reminds us to return to the center, to ground ourselves in the certainty of divine care. At night, when the world grows still and our thoughts turn inward, the same declaration serves as a reflection on the day that has passed. It offers an opportunity to recount the blessings received, to acknowledge the moments of grace that might otherwise go unnoticed, and to find peace in the assurance that God's love has been present every step of the way. In many ways, the words resonate with the natural cycles that govern our existence. The morning represents beginnings, the birth of a new day filled with potential and promise, while the night symbolizes rest, reflection, and the closure of a cycle. Just as the sunrise marks the start of a journey and the sunset signals its completion, so too do these moments provide natural markers for the practice of gratitude. The repeated invitation to declare steadfast love and faithfulness acts as a reminder that the divine is not confined to isolated incidents or crises, but is interwoven into the fabric of everyday life. It is a call to recognize that every breath, every moment of clarity, and every expression of beauty is a testament to a higher purpose. The transformative power of gratitude is both ancient and timely. Modern insights from psychology suggest that cultivating an attitude of thankfulness can have a profound impact on mental and emotional well-being. When we consciously choose to focus on what is good and positive, we create a buffer against the stress and negativity that can so easily dominate our thoughts. This practice of gratitude encouraged by the psalmist's words, is not about ignoring life's difficulties, but about finding a counterbalance, a way to uplift the spirit by recognizing that even amid challenges, there is much to be thankful for. Each morning and each night thus becomes a sacred opportunity to reset, to appreciate the small miracles that make up the tapestry of our existence. The call to sing praises is a call to active participation in the unfolding story of our lives. It is a reminder that praise is not a passive sentiment, but an active, dynamic engagement with the world around us. When we sing, we not only express our gratitude, but also participate in an act of creation, a moment in which our voices join with countless others in a chorus that affirms the beauty of life. This collective act of praise has the power to transform personal sorrow into communal joy, individual despair into shared hope. It reinforces the idea that we are all part of a larger, interconnected whole, where each note sung is a step towards healing and wholeness. There is a profound humility inherent in the act of giving thanks. In acknowledging the source of all blessings, we also recognize our own limitations and the need for a power greater than ourselves. This humility is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to the strength found in surrender. By admitting that our well-being is sustained not solely by our own efforts, but by a loving presence, we open ourselves up to receive guidance, support, and unexpected blessings. Such an attitude fosters a deeper sense of trust and allows us to approach life with an open heart, ready to embrace both the joys and the challenges that come our way. Throughout history, communities of faith have embraced these words as a source of inspiration and comfort. They have been recited in moments of celebration and whispered in times of mourning, serving as a constant reminder that the divine is ever present. The practice of beginning and ending the day with a focus on gratitude has helped countless individuals cultivate resilience, navigate the complexities of life with a steady heart, and remain hopeful even in the midst of uncertainty. This tradition of daily praise is a thread that connects us to our ancestors and to future generations, a living testimony to the enduring nature of divine love. The language of the psalm is simple yet laden with meaning. Its directness invites us to move beyond mere ritual and to allow the practice of gratitude to transform our lives in a fundamental way. There is no need for elaborate ceremonies or grand declarations. The beauty of the psalm lies in its invitation to speak from the heart, to allow even the simplest expression of thanks to become a profound act of worship. In the quiet moments of the morning and the reflective hours of the night, the words remind us that the act of giving thanks is accessible to everyone. It is a gift that requires no special preparation, only a willingness to see the goodness that surrounds us and to acknowledge it with sincerity. These verses also speak to the idea of continuity. They remind us that faith is not something that is only called upon in times of crisis, but rather it is a steady, ever-present force that guides us through the ebbs and flows of life. Whether we are at the peak of joy or in the depths of despair, the invitation to recognize and declare the steadfast love of the Lord remains unchanged. This constancy is a source of immense comfort, providing a sense of stability in a world that is often unpredictable. It assures us that despite the shifting sands of time, there is a divine presence that remains reliable, offering solace and strength regardless of the circumstances. On a personal level, these words invite us to cultivate a deeper awareness of our inner lives. They encourage us to pause and reflect on the moments that make life meaningful. The smile of a loved one, the beauty of a sunrise, the quiet assurance of a kind word. In doing so, we learn to see beyond the surface of our everyday experiences and to appreciate the deeper currents of love and care that flow through them. This practice of mindful gratitude enriches our lives, allowing us to experience a sense of connection that transcends the immediate and the material. It opens our eyes to the wonders of existence and nurtures a spirit of optimism that can carry us through even the darkest of nights. The call to sing praises is also an affirmation of life itself. It is an acknowledgement that life, with all its imperfections and challenges, is a gift to be cherished. In celebrating the divine, we celebrate the very essence of our being, recognizing that each day is a precious opportunity to live fully, to love deeply, and to contribute meaningfully to the world around us. This perspective transforms ordinary moments into acts of grace, elevating the routine to the realm of the extraordinary. By embracing this attitude of prayer, not only honor the divine, but also affirm the inherent worth and beauty of our own lives. Ultimately, these verses remind us that gratitude is a way of being, a state of mind that can transform the way we experience the world. It is an invitation to see life through the lens of love and hope, to recognize that every moment is infused with the potential for joy and renewal. The steadfast love and faithfulness declared in the morning and affirmed at night serve as constant reminders that we are never alone, that no matter the challenges we face, there is always a source of light guiding us forward. This enduring message, simple in its articulation yet vast in its depth, calls us to live with an open heart, ready to receive the blessings of each new day and to share them with others. In embracing these words, one finds not only comfort and solace, but also the inspiration to live a life marked by gratitude and compassion. It is a gentle yet powerful call to reframe our experiences, to focus on the positive, and to trust in the enduring promise of divine love. Every morning becomes a new beginning, a fresh canvas upon which to paint our hopes and dreams, while every night offers a moment of reflection, a time to recount the blessings received and to rest in the knowledge that we are held in the embrace of an ever-faithful love. This cycle of gratitude and praise, woven into the fabric of our daily existence, has the power to transform not only our individual lives, but also the communities in which we live. The timeless quality of these words lies in their ability to speak to the human heart, regardless of the era. They are as relevant today as they were in ancient times, offering guidance and solace in a world that is constantly changing. In a society that often values busyness and material success, the call to pause, to give thanks, and to sing praises offers a counterpoint, a reminder that true fulfillment comes not from external achievements, but from an inner life rich with gratitude and love. It invites us to slow down, to listen, and to find the divine in the everyday moments that so easily pass unnoticed. By choosing to live in accordance with this call, we align ourselves with a tradition of faith that has sustained countless generations. We join a lineage of souls who have found strength in their vulnerability, who have discovered that the act of giving thanks can illuminate even the darkest corners of the heart. This legacy of gratitude is a testament to the enduring power of faith, a power that can transform despair into hope, isolation into community, and the mundane into the miraculous. It is a reminder that no matter where we find ourselves on life's journey, we are invited to see the world through a lens of wonder and appreciation. In the quiet moments when the mind is still and the heart is open, the call to give thanks and to sing praises becomes a living reality. It is in these moments that we truly encounter the divine, not as an abstract concept, but as a vibrant presence that infuses every aspect of our being. Whether expressed in whispered prayers or exuberant songs of joy, the act of gratitude connects us to something far greater than ourselves, a boundless source of love, mercy, and unwavering support. It is an invitation to live fully, to embrace life with all its complexities, and to trust in the promise that each day is a gift filled with infinite possibilities. Ultimately, the simple yet profound words that open this psalm invite us to consider the transformative nature of gratitude. They encourage us to see beyond the immediate and to recognize the deeper, enduring truths that lie at the heart of our existence. In a world often marked by uncertainty and turmoil, these verses serve as a beacon of hope, a reminder that the steadfast love and faithfulness of the divine are constants we can always rely on. They call us to start each day with an open heart and to end it with a reflective spirit, knowing that in every moment there is something to be grateful for. This is the promise embedded in the timeless refrain that no matter the circumstances, the act of giving thanks is an eternal source of renewal and joy. They are planted in the house of the Lord. They flourish in the courts of our God. In old age, they still produce fruit. They are always green and full of sap, showing that the Lord is upright. He is my rock, and there is no unrighteousness in him. These evocative verses invite us into a meditation on what it means to be deeply rooted in a divine presence, to thrive despite the inevitable seasons of life, and to produce a harvest of goodness regardless of age or circumstance. In reflecting on this passage, one can discern a vision of life that is both grounded and dynamic, a life that, like a well-tended tree, draws nourishment from an unchanging source and in turn gives back its bounty to the world. The image of being planted in the house of the Lord speaks to a profound sense of belonging and stability. A plant, when firmly embedded in fertile soil, has the opportunity to take root deeply, drawing sustenance from the rich earth and the life-giving moisture that surrounds it. In a similar way, a person who is firmly anchored in faith finds a place of security where doubts are assuaged and life's tumultuous storms are met with resilience. The house of the Lord is not merely a physical space, but represents the entirety of a nurturing spiritual environment. It is a place where the divine presence infuses everyday existence with meaning, offering protection and sustenance in the same way that the soil supports the growth of a plant. This grounding is essential because it establishes the foundation upon which a life of fruitfulness is built. Flourishing in the courts of our God implies that life, when lived in close communion with the divine, becomes marked by continual growth and abundant vitality. The notion of flourishing is not limited to mere survival. It connotes thriving under conditions that might otherwise seem challenging. In the courts of our God, every season becomes an opportunity for renewal and progress. The imagery suggests an environment where one is constantly cared for, where obstacles become lessons, and where each experience, whether joyous or sorrowful, contributes to the overall development of character and spirit. Just as a well-watered garden does not simply exist but bursts forth with vibrant life, so too does the life of a person nurtured by divine care radiate beauty, wisdom, and strength. There is also a striking promise in the assurance that in old age they still produce fruit. This promise challenges common assumptions about aging and decline. In many cultures, old age is seen as a period of gradual loss of strength, creativity, or relevance. However, the psalmist offers a counter-narrative, one in which the passage of time is not marked by diminishing returns, but rather by continued productivity and vitality. Fruitfulness in old age suggests that the wisdom and experiences accumulated over a lifetime do not wither, but, like the fruit of a perennial tree, become ever more nourishing. It implies that the later stages of life can be a season of harvest, where the lessons learned and the character forged in earlier years culminate in a legacy that feeds others. The evergreen imagery, that they are always green and full of sap, reinforces this idea, evoking a sense of perennial renewal and ceaseless energy. Green, the color of life and growth, symbolizes not only physical vitality but also the flourishing of the spirit, which remains youthful and resilient even as the body ages. The reference to being full of sap further deepens the botanical metaphor. Sap is the essential fluid that circulates within a plant, carrying nutrients from the roots to the leaves and flowers. It is both the life force and the source of growth. When one is described as being full of sap, it is as if the entire being is suffused with the energy that comes from a deep connection to life's source. In this light, the verse suggests that a person who is planted in the house of the Lord is not only secure, but is also imbued with an inexhaustible vitality that sustains growth, even in adverse conditions. This sap represents inner strength, inspiration, and the continuous flow of divine grace that nourishes every aspect of our existence. Moreover, the concluding lines of the passage, which speak of the Lord's uprightness and his being a rock with no unrighteousness, provide a powerful counterpoint to the organic imagery that precedes them. The metaphor of the rock signifies permanence, unyielding stability, and the ultimate foundation on which life is built. Whereas a plant may bend with the wind, a rock remains steadfast. In claiming the Lord as a rock, the psalmist underscores the reliability and moral perfection of the divine source from which all life springs. This rock is not a cold, unfeeling object, but rather a symbol of the Lord's unwavering righteousness and integrity. It suggests that just as a tree relies on its roots for nourishment, so too does a life anchored in faith draw its strength from a source that is constant, just, and true. This imagery has profound implications for the way we view our own lives. It suggests that our spiritual well-being is intimately tied to our ability to root ourselves in something greater than the transient concerns of the world. In moments of crisis or when facing the inevitable trials of life, the reminder that we are planted in a nurturing environment can be a source of great comfort and resilience. It invites us to consider that our identity is not solely defined by our achievements or failures, but by the deep and abiding connection we have to a divine presence that transcends the ephemeral. This connection is the wellspring of our strength, the reason we can continue to grow, produce fruit, and remain vibrant even when the external world seems barren or hostile. The metaphor of fruitfulness is equally rich in its implications. To produce fruit is to have a positive impact on one's surroundings, to offer sustenance, nourishment, and beauty to those around us. In many spiritual traditions, the fruits of one's life are seen as the visible manifestations of inner virtues. They represent the love, kindness, generosity, and wisdom that have been cultivated through a life of devotion and ethical living. When the psalmist speaks of fruit production even in old age, it is an affirmation that every stage of life holds the potential for meaningful contribution. The fruits born in later years may be sweeter and more profound, imbued with the depth of experience and the wisdom of many seasons. They remind us that our contributions to the world are not confined to youth or peak physical strength, but can continue to blossom as long as we remain connected to the source of our vitality. There is also a subtle but important interplay between the concepts of vulnerability and strength in this passage. A plant, despite its outward beauty and strength, is ultimately dependent on its roots and the environment that nurtures it. Similarly, human beings, no matter how resilient they appear, are sustained by a deeper connection to the divine. This acknowledgement of dependency is not a sign of weakness, but rather an expression of humility and gratitude. It is the recognition that true strength does not come from isolation or self-sufficiency, but from an openness to receive and be nurtured by a love that is greater than ourselves. In a world that often prizes self-reliance and individual achievement, this perspective is both refreshing and transformative. It challenges us to embrace our interconnectedness, to see our personal growth as part of a larger, divinely orchestrated tapestry in which every life has meaning and every season contributes to the overall beauty of creation. At the heart of these verses is an invitation to view life through a lens of hope and continuity. The imagery of the plant that continues to bear fruit, regardless of the passage of time, offers a powerful counter-narrative to the modern preoccupation with youth and productivity. It suggests that there is a different kind of success, one that is measured not by the fleeting standards of society, but by the enduring impact of a life lived in alignment with divine principles. This success is not about accumulation or the relentless pursuit of achievement. It is about being rooted in something eternal and producing a harvest that enriches both ourselves and those around us. It is a call to cultivate qualities that will continue to bear fruit long after the external markers of success have faded. In reflecting on these verses, one might also consider the ways in which they speak to the broader human experience. Many people at various stages of their lives have experienced periods of feeling uprooted or isolated, of grappling with the uncertainties of existence. In such moments, the assurance that one is planted in the house of the Lord offers a profound sense of security and belonging. It reminds us that even when external circumstances are in flux, there exists an inner stability that cannot be shaken. This inner stability is nurtured through practices of prayer, reflection, and community. Practices that help to deepen our roots and ensure that, like a perennial tree, we continue to flourish no matter what storms may come. Furthermore, the promise of enduring fruitfulness has a broader communal dimension. When individuals are nurtured in this way, their lives become testaments to the transformative power of faith and gratitude. They become living examples of how being anchored in a source of unwavering love can lead not only to personal flourishing, but also to the enrichment of entire communities. Just as a tree that bears abundant fruit can feed not only itself, but also those who come to share in its bounty, so too can a life steeped in divine connection offer nourishment to others. It is a reminder that our personal growth is inextricably linked to the well-being of those around us, and that the true measure of a flourishing life is found in its ability to give back, to heal, and to inspire. The timeless quality of these images of being planted, flourishing, and producing fruit serves as a bridge between the ancient and the modern, inviting us to consider how perennial wisdom can address contemporary challenges. In an era marked by rapid change and uncertainty, the idea of remaining rooted in something stable and enduring is both comforting and empowering. It suggests that amidst the chaos of modern life, there is a constant that we can return to, a source of strength and inspiration that enables us to weather the storms and emerge even more vibrant. This is not merely an abstract philosophical notion, but a practical guide for living. It encourages us to invest in practices that deepen our spiritual roots, whether through meditation, community engagement, or acts of kindness, and to recognize that the fruits of such investments are harvested over time, often in ways that transcend our immediate understanding. The connection between the natural world and spiritual truth is a recurrent theme in many religious traditions, and these verses encapsulate that connection beautifully. The natural imagery of plants and trees, with their cycles of growth, dormancy, and renewal, offers a metaphor for the human journey, a journey that is at once fragile and resilient, ephemeral and eternal. When we consider that even in old age a tree can continue to produce fruit, we are reminded that life's potential does not diminish with time, but when nurtured by love and grace, becomes richer and more profound. This perspective invites us to redefine our relationship with time itself, viewing each phase of life as a distinct opportunity for growth and transformation, rather than as a prelude to inevitable decline. The assurance that the Lord is upright and serves as a rock further anchors this vision in a moral and ethical framework. It speaks to the idea that true flourishing is not achieved in isolation from values, but is deeply intertwined with a commitment to righteousness and integrity. In a world where the pursuit of success is often accompanied by compromise or moral ambiguity, the image of the rock stands as a reminder that our foundations must be built on principles that endure. It is a call to live authentically, to ensure that our achievements are not only measured by external markers, but by the inner quality of our character. This emphasis on integrity is not merely a lofty ideal, but a practical necessity. Without a solid ethical grounding, the fruits of our labor, however abundant, risk becoming hollow or transient. The metaphorical language of these verses offers multiple layers of interpretation, each inviting us to look inward and assess the state of our own lives. Are we, like the tree planted in the house of the Lord, deeply rooted in a nurturing and steadfast environment? Do we have the resilience to continue producing fruit even in the face of adversity? And are we sustained by a source of strength that is as constant as a rock? These questions are not intended to provoke self-doubt, but rather to inspire a deeper awareness of the spiritual dimensions of our everyday existence. They encourage us to cultivate the soil of our inner lives, to seek out and nurture the relationships and practices that allow us to thrive, and to recognize that true growth is a lifelong journey, enriched by each season we experience. In contemplating these images, one may also be drawn to consider the broader implications for how we interact with the world. A life that is firmly planted in the house of the Lord is not one that retreats from the challenges of life, but one that engages with them from a position of strength and grace. The fruits produced by such a life are not merely personal achievements, but contributions to a larger tapestry of human experience. They serve as reminders that every act of kindness, every moment of perseverance, and every expression of love contributes to the collective well-being of our communities. In this light, the promise of fruitfulness is both an individual and a communal blessing, a gift that, when shared, multiplies and enriches the lives of all. Ultimately, these verses from Psalm 92 speak to the enduring possibility of renewal and hope. They remind us that regardless of the external circumstances or the inevitable passage of time, there exists within each of us the potential to remain vibrant, productive, and deeply connected to a source of divine grace. This vision is both a comfort and a challenge. A comfort in the assurance that we are never alone in our journey, and a challenge to live our lives in such a way that we too may bear fruit that sustains and inspires others. It is an invitation to see ourselves as part of a living, breathing creation, where every season has its own beauty and every moment its own promise of renewal. In embracing this imagery, We are called to honor not only the bounty that comes with spiritual maturity, but also the process that leads to it. The gradual unfolding of growth, the quiet perseverance through trials, and the eventual blossoming into a state of enduring vitality are all part of a sacred narrative that transcends individual lifetimes. It is a narrative that teaches us that the measure of a life is not found in fleeting moments of success, but in the lasting impact of a spirit that has been nurtured by love, sustained by grace, and anchored in an unyielding commitment to truth. This vision of life, as portrayed in the second part of Psalm 92, offers a timeless reminder that no matter how many seasons pass, the capacity to grow, to flourish, and to produce fruit remains ever present. A promise that continues to inspire and sustain us through all the twists and turns of our earthly journey. Let us pray. Lord, I come before you with a heart overflowing with gratitude and awe for the unchanging gift of your love. You, the Most High, are the source of all goodness, and it's good to give thanks to you every morning and every night. As the dawn breaks and your steadfast love is revealed in the light of a new day, I lift my voice in praise, celebrating the endless mercy and faithfulness that sustain me. I am reminded that each day is a new beginning, an invitation to declare your loving kindness and to seek the shelter of your presence. I ask that you plant me deeply within your house, that I may draw strength and nourishment from the rich soil of your grace. Let my spirit flourish in the courts of your care, growing strong and vibrant even amidst life's trials. Grant me the resilience of a tree that in every season produces fruit, sweet offerings of kindness, hope, and love, to share with the world. May I remain evergreen and full of your divine sap, a living testament to your uprightness and unwavering righteousness. Lord, you are my rock, my steadfast refuge in moments of uncertainty. Help me to remember that no matter the challenges I face, your guidance remains my sure foundation. Fill my heart with humility and trust so that I may always lean on you for strength and wisdom. Let the practice of gratitude transform my days into a sacred dialogue with you, where every sunrise is a reminder of your renewal and every sunset a reflection of your care. In the quiet moments of reflection and in the joyful noise of celebration, may my life be an ever-flowing expression of your boundless love. Allow me to see beyond the fleeting concerns of this world and embrace the eternal promise of growth and renewal. Strengthen my roots so that I might continue to flourish and bear fruit, enriching not only my own spirit, but also the lives of those around me. Lord, I trust in your righteousness, and I rest in the assurance that your presence is a constant sustaining force. Guide me to live with integrity and to act in love, so that my actions may mirror the deep and abiding truth of your divine nature. As I journey through each day, let the songs of gratitude and the rhythm of praise echo within me, carrying me through every season of life with hope, courage, and unwavering faith. Amen.